Has your life gone exactly as you expected? For most people, that's not true, but they don't understand that life doesn't go the way you expect it. That is how life works. And Buckminster Fuller, again, was the one who brought this, to my attention. And what he did was very, very clearly showed me that, that if you take and look at a flower, this is supposed to be a flower, okay? And if you look at this, and then what we're going to do over here, that's a flower. Now, that didn't take a lot of imagination, but if you go over here, I'm going to make a little thing here, and this is going to be a little bit more of imagination, okay? And this is going to be something going towards it, and what I'm going to call it, and you're just going to have to pretend it is, this, I'm going to put a little yellow in here, you can see this. This is a bee, okay? This is a bee. Now, a bee goes directly towards the flower and goes after what? It goes after the nectar, okay? Because what the nectar is, the honeybee is going for the nectar and makes out of that honey. Now, what the bumblebee doesn't realize is that in the process of getting the honey, or the nectar for making the honey, that he's actually doing something at 90 degrees to that, which is basically 90 degrees to that flight path, is called, it's called precession. They don't go in, a bumblebee, if they could talk to a bumblebee, they would not know anything about precession. They say, I want to get my nectar to make honey. So they don't have any idea that the bigger picture, the meta picture, the bigger picture of this whole thing is not getting the nectar. It's cross-pollinating the rooted botanicals. So your life is in a much bigger picture than you have ever thought about. So when you start to look at the meta perspective of this, like the bee doesn't know, and you as human beings, are honey money seeking bees. You're going for the money, but the truth of the matter is you're adding a lot of value, way more value in getting your money, and that's at 90 degrees to the direction of your flight path. So life is not going to go the way you expect it, because what's going on, that you have to stay, basically, the key is you have to stay in motion, and then what's really going on, the bigger picture, the meta perspective, is at 90 degrees to the direction you're going. So life is not going to go the way you think it is. It doesn't. It won't. And if you think about the way life's designed, and you didn't create it and you're not running it, it's done so you're going to go one way to stay in motion so that precession can happen. And when precession happens, it's going to take you to a whole nother meta perspective. And human beings think that it's going to go that way. That's the problem with goals. Goals do that exact opposite. See, when you've got a goal, okay, over here, okay, you only set it up so you can stay in motion, because it doesn't matter if you get to the goal. All it does is you want to stay in motion. If you get to a goal and you set it and you make it, so what? Set another one, because you got to stay in motion. As soon as you stop staying in motion, you're going to die, because precession only happens when you're in motion. And the idea now is to add as much value as you're going along this path, and then let precession take over and take you where you're supposed to go. So this whole concept here of die value is you're trying to add as much value as you can as you stay in motion, going towards the flower or the honey or whatever you're going for, the honey making bees. Basically, this isn't it. In fact, what you're doing basically is going to stay in motion, because the goal is never going to be it. When you reach a goal, what do? You set another one. Why? To stay in motion. If you don't, you're going to die. So the key now is to understanding life will not go the way you expect it. It's not designed to go the way you expected it. So get off of that point of view, because that isn't going to do it. You just add as much value as you can, stay in motion, and then watch what's going on out of the corner of your eye, because that's at 90 degrees in the direction you're going, and that's the bigger picture. Now, if you look back at your life, you're going to see some of the most important, and probably the most important things that have ever happened to you have happened processionally. And the thing about procession is you don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be a surprise. It's something, a happy coincidence. It's something that could never have anticipated consciously. So you're going to go, stay in motion, look out of the corner of your eye, and be ready for the unexpected, because that's really the meta perspective, that unexpected piece. So procession, procession, procession. Life is a series of processions, and you only get there by staying in motion. I learned from Bucky a long time ago that the bigger the picture, the more accurate your prediction. There's nothing in a caterpillar, if you just study a caterpillar, will ever tell you about scenario butterfly. So my entire life, I'm working as much as I can to be a comprehensivist. That is interested in everything, so I can make better choices, better decisions, and have a better perspective. What can I do for you?